Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to the Silent Age. Act 3, Level 3. I like calling them acts a little bit more than I like calling them levels. We'll restart again, even though we really didn't do anything. The machine. Having escaped police custody using the time machine, Joe now is on the run and in search of the time traveler. Convinced that he has been taken to the local hospital, actually getting there is proving difficult. So there's like more information here than even what we've seen. Uh, okay, now I know this is just some horrible nightmare. So we had to climb down there. If this is really happening, somebody must have taken the time travel guide to the hospital or something. I need to get over there. I'm not sure what I'll do to get out of it, but I have to. Nothing else to go on. So I mean, Joe here is not really grasping the situation very well. Now, it's kind of understandable. I don't know if Back to the Future had aired by the time Joe, I mean, it was like 69, 70 that he's from, so maybe yeah, that would be like decades before Back to the Future, because Back to the Future was like in the 80s. So the only like time travel story that's coming to mind would be H.G. Wells' book uh, about time travel. Uh, what is that one called? It's not called The Incredible Machine, is it? Uh, I'll be seeing a lot more if I don't get far away from here soon. So like he's thinking that things would be connected even though they wouldn't. He's also probably not really realized that he's in the future, even though there's a prevalent of evidence that you could infer. Let's see, we want to click on everything as many times. I need to get moving if I want to avoid a striped tan for the rest of my life. There's an interesting phrase. I'll be seeing. So, I can look at the rope, but I doubt I can climb by. It's too high to reach. Besides, I'm lucky I made it in one piece the first time. I really don't want to push it. Yeah, I didn't think we'd go back up. I need to get to the hospital and find out what happened to the dead time travel guy. Hmm. So he knows he's dead. So that's... So why the hospital? It's completely rusted up. It's completely rusted up. Interesting sound effect it's making there. Hmm. Let's look at the motorcycle here. This whole thing's a motorcycle, but it's so dark. This motorcycle is nothing but a busted up junk now. It's rusted apart. We've got the hospital on the horizon. I can see the hospital. I bet the time traveler was brought there after they arrested me. Well, I suppose if this thing charges up, I could go to the hospital and then go back in time. Maybe that's what he means. Kind of needs some explanation. I'm not far away from the hospital. I just need to get out of here first. Hmm. So we have poison ivy and a back door. If he knows it's poison ivy, will he touch it? Yeah, I'm not touching that. Good to know. I'm all alone. The last thing I need to worry about is dying from an infected boils and blister. Yeah, I'm not touching that. So, I mean, he knows what poison ivy is. I'm not sure I'd particularly identify it at first glance, since it's not an issue for me running into poison ivy. And then we've got this really, really sunny spot, which almost certainly is so we can travel back in time. Jeez, that thing almost scared me half to death. Device is lit up now. This light must have recharged it. I guess it's working again. Alright. So, two things you can infer from this is that we'll travel back in time, we'll be in this same place, and hopefully nobody will be here, and maybe some of our actions will lead to certain things being in certain places. Or maybe we'll change things. Maybe we'll move the motorcycle, maybe we'll unlock a door. Uh, it almost gets down to the thought of when did this calamity happen? Did it happen seconds after I left? Did it happen years? Uh, I might change things, I might not change things in the past. But we gotta go to the past, obviously. There's nothing else in this area that makes any sense. I'm not missing any tiny little pixel to click on. We haven't had any issues like that. Alright, so we just traveled and then it kind of felt like a little bit of a loading screen right there. So let's motorcycle tool bag. This is charged again, just immediately. Take a screwdriver. Let's look at the motorcycle. Beautiful. I always wanted to learn how to ride. I'd grow my mustache and burns, get a leather jacket, and just live on the road. Someday, Joe, someday. It looks so neat. So, hospital on the horizon. Not going over that wall, never mind the barbed wire. So we have poison ivy here growing in a planter because that's what people do. Let's see if this is still locked. It's locked. It's locked. Maybe I can find a key somewhere or a lockpick. Give me a hint. So I guess we'll try the motorcycle on the motorcycle. No, I don't want to scratch it. We need to find something to cut the poison ivy, maybe even replace it. Fire escape ladder, that wasn't in the past. Fire escape ladder is just too high to reach, even if I jump. I need something to bring it down with. Alright. It's too high to reach, even if I jump. Let's go to the back door. Won't even budge. So what's weird is he's wearing like this all orange jumpsuit, and in a police setting, that is not a good look. That is a bad choice. I need to find some other way. Let's try a screwdriver in the door. I think the door is blocked. I gotta find some other way out. Cause yeah, he totally looks like a prisoner. But in the 60s, did they have them wear orange jumpsuits, or was it still black and white stripes? Luckily, it was a slam lock. I guess that's some kind of lock you can slam a screwdriver in and unlock. Well, we're in a whole new section. Let's take the umbrella. It's an umbrella, it's a little battered, but otherwise in fine shape. Taking stuff out of the trash again. I think it's the station garage. I should really get out of here fast. The car could be coming out any minute. See, I would imagine if only a few seconds have passed, one would assume maybe only a few seconds have passed, the police station might be on full lockdown. Also might be, seems like a lot of activity. I hear faint shouting. I have a bad feeling I have something to do with it. Okay, so they are panicking that you just disappeared. I should really get away from the windows. Good move. So 2953. Let's see, police car. The door's locked. Darn it. Steal police car? Are you nuts? Who are you talking to? Even if I could get in there without keys, I push a broom for a living. I have no idea how to hotwire a car. I don't even know why I'm having this debate with myself. Interesting. Sign. Really don't need have time to read signs. I need to get out of here like now. Hmm. So before we go back to the past, because I think we're just going to do that, let's see what happens if we put the umbrella on the poison ivy. I guess I'll dry up the plant if there wasn't so many holes in the umbrella. Perhaps I can poison the soil somehow. Let's try the umbrella on this then. Got it. Let's climb up here. I could have gone back in the past. So, what kind of hotel is right next to a police station, and has a fire escape that ends up in the back area of the police station? That doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, at that argument, you would say that that back area was the hotel's back area, and that doesn't make any sense either. It's locked. We're gonna find a lot of locked doors, aren't we? Apartment 1G. It's locked. Hey, maybe I could pick it with a bobby pin or a toothpick. No, wait. I can't because I'm a regular guy and not a fictitious 1950s gumshoe. Doorbell? Nobody came. I guess nobody's home. Hmm. I guess nobody's home. Probably good if we avoid people, both for story reason and for the fact that you're hanging out your laundry in the rain. That's a smooth move. Uh, Detergent smells so homely, I'm not sure if I'm imagining the whole thing. It screws with my head more than anything. Great looking pants. Let's take those pants. Whoever lives here has a great taste in thread. So we have laundry and pants and nothing else. Would you have a heart print on in the 60s as the hospital building? Not really making great amount of progress towards it so far. Let's see. But see, if you put a carpet over a poison ivy thing, somebody would move that. Trying to get rid of poison ivy, not keep it warm. Uh, the only thing I could think is by going into the future, maybe I did something. I picked up some disease, and now that I've come back, I've now made infected everybody. Do we use the carpet with the great looking pants? I'll hold on to the carpet for now. Do we use the carpet with the laundry? Nope. Let's look at the hospital building. The traveler must be there. He's gotta be. Very basic, just assumptions and lines of thinking going on here. It's probably true. I mean, it's a good guess that if somebody was shot, the traveler would be there. But what's about his dead body is going to help you find him in the future before he leaves to the past to stop him from getting shot? I don't know. Let's use the time travel device. And we're up here. Let's take these great looking pants now. Polyester can't beat it. So here's the hospital building now. The hospital isn't far, but the problem is the distance between me and the ground. Hmm. Let's go through this hole in the roof. Because obviously we can't walk on these brackets. There used to be a ladder here. Yep, we saw it in the past. Figured we'd start at the top and work our way down. We've gone from having to really work to charge up the time machine to being able to use it as much as we want. Not much of a view, just more apartment buildings. I wonder if they get light in here at all. Hmm. Let's see, here's the door to apartment 10 hidden behind this. You can see it right here, but also hovering over it makes it so easy. Adds some lazy renovations. Lamp. It's been a long time since this lamp worked. Interesting outlet placement for a lamp. In the 60s, you would be more likely to have your outlet right on the baseboard or in the floor itself.
Crud.
And then he says crud. Why did they like voice just far out
Crud.
and crud? And then all the other dialogue is just missing as far as being voiced. Key seems to have been broken off in the lock. So if I could push the key through and put the carpet with the door. No. Let's just switch back here. Alright, we're in a dark place, but looks like the device is charged. Fine, let's go open the shades. The curtains. That's better. Wallpaper paste. Whoever was decorating the walls, they sure left in a hurry. Recently too, the paste is still sticky. Wallpaper. Might be a strange comment at this point, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm totally digging the wallpaper. Then, let's see, lamp. There's something in there, a key. Someone hid the key in the lampshade. I wonder what it's for. This is door. It's locked. Let's see. So is the key for this door? It fits. Interesting. So now we have wallpaper paste over the door. And we're back out here. Seems kind of like a slow build up for this, for loading that level area. Let's switch here. Yeah, it should just be instantaneous like this always. Here we can see that this section here is totally missing. We can go into apartment 1F now. Hotels. But we can't go here. When that could, the whole door is covered in poison ivy. I gotta get rid of it. So, okay, that makes sense. 1G.
Crud.
The handle's still missing. I think I've got this. We've got to swap back to this time. Climb down here. Use the paste on the poison ivy. That should kill it. Done. It's seeping into the soil. Soaked ivy. It's swimming in wallpaper paste. It's swimming in wallpaper paste. Alright. This back door won't budge. Another thing we could do down here is let's just double check and make sure this isn't for this. If we put the carpet over the motorcycle, will it stop it from resting? Might need the carpet later. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think of anything else here that would make sense. So we've got to go up the ladder because the ladder disappears in the future and then see what we've changed. Very small, like single actions here, making little bits of change, which
Man.
the handle broke off. How does this stuff keep happening? Let's try a doorbell. Nobody will answer that. Nobody will answer that. That's true. But yeah, the, there must be many, many different variations of the future and the past for every action you change. But each scene is its own separate thing. This is weird too that a lot of these scenes, if not maybe all the scenes, are in this square ratio that doesn't really work or fit the screen. I don't know what's going on there. Probably this is the ratio of what it would fit on an iPad or something. Mm. When I started this game, it was a simple pop-up screen. There's no electricity. I'm not sure what I would be watching even if there was. Uh, where there was joystick control set up and resolution set up and full screen and window. Basic stuff. All seemed to work. There's a tree blocking the window. Well, we'll go back in the past and fix that. Like this whole thing is barred. Looks like an accident though. The door opens inwards and just look at all this junk. And is there anything else here? Nope. And we would be primed really nice to have a surprise happen right now. It's like you go back in the past and there's somebody in the room and you scare them and they attack you or something. Modern art. I miss the times when paintings made sense, like the one where the dogs play poker. Hmm. That's the only response he has for that. Can we open the front door now? It's unlocked now. Good. Lamp. We can turn the lamp on. You'd think maybe leaving the lamps on and stuff would potentially burn down the building or something. I don't get it, he says about this modern art. I feel nothing one way or the other. Let's see. TV. It's on. Looks like a special news bulletin. Let's watch it. Overnight denies any serious threat. Assures that the fatal incidents we've been reporting all morning are completely natural and unrelated. So yeah, whatever's happening is happening now. If it's some kind of Nixon's currently aboard the Air Force One, head back for an important but undisclosed meeting. It's like, however, the press communique issued his press secretary instructions all citizens to do what? That it's special news for it. It seems like it's all false alarm, folks. We bring you the latest international news from Gregory Smith. What have you got for us, Greg? Something about a flu pandemic, rising gas prices, and the latest news for, from the war. If the war's still going on, why is he not in it? Did he get too old? Incidents. So, a catastrophe is happening right now. Let's look out the window. There's a back alley I should be able to slip into. It's not too far down. Unfortunately, there's another one of those windows that doesn't open. Bunch. You think that would work, but somehow it just doesn't. Alright. what's interesting here, if we go back in time, the outlet's so close to the door, and then this is barred again. There's a tree blocking the window. Hmm. So what did we accomplish by getting here? Hmm. Hmm. What have we accomplished by... Yeah, doesn't make a lot of sense. What's the carpet for, then? Back door won't budge. And if we're down here, we can't use this with the hospital on the horizon. Can't reach the barbed wire. And we can't use it with the motorcycle. This door is unlocked now. I don't think we've been in this scene. Yeah, we haven't. So let's see what's in the garage door now. Garage door opens automatically, but even if there was power, it only opens from the inside. Let's look at the windows. The police is all boarded up from the outside. Nothing going on in there. In fact, the whole street is dead quiet. It creeps me out. No signs of life. Windows. Let's look at the sign. It's a police station, not sure which precinct. It's a police station. 2953. Opens the car door. I get a police baton nightstick. Anything else? Just threw up a little. I don't get in cars with dead people. It's a policy that served me well so far. Even if the car worked, I'd have to pry the dead officer out of the seat first. I'd rather leave him alone. So, like, even the car didn't move. Tires are flat, car's falling apart. I wouldn't be driving anywhere anyways. And nothing in the trunk. That'd be surprising. Window. Entrance. It's weird that the dialogue is here. The entrance is boarded up. I only imagine why they had to do that, and I don't want to. Usually the entrance, the dialogue would be at the bottom. It seems very strange for it to come up at the top. Breaking all the rules from a point and click adventure. I'm just happy to be out of there. I don't need to get back in. Hmm. I should be concerned about finding a way to get to the hospital. If they found the dead time traveler, that's where it'll be. Well, it's probably going to take the entire act just to get out of this section. Hmm. So, an interesting thought would be, did the story come here first, or did the levels get designed first? Because I kind of see how you could have made these different time travel puzzles in your head, at least very basically have them made, and then come up with a story to fit them. Because there hasn't been a ridiculous amount of story here over it yet anyways. Nightstick could break that. I hope nobody heard that. I doubt it. Seems like everybody's already dead. And then can we just walk through the broken window? There's not the movies. The glass was sharp, and didn't come with an emergency tank of spare blood. So carpet with the broken window. That makes more sense. The carpet should do the trick. Padded window. Here we go. And see, that takes us to Act 4, the entry. Right there. Both the machine and the future, both pretty much just simple puzzles. This is called the Silent Age, so it kind of makes sense why you wouldn't be talking to too many people. And we did kind of skip a point where we had maybe an opportunity to have some conversations. But very simple puzzles, very straightforward. Nothing really confusing me too much. The one thing in this act that even got me a little bit was I thought maybe you'd put the umbrella on the poison ivy to kill it, but no, you used the wallpaper paste. That's fine. Yeah. So far, they're staying very even here. Not blowing me out of the water, not disappointing me that much. I just am slightly intrigued on this mystery, and I wonder if it's just going to be straight what I think is going to happen. Is it's in my mind there's either two resolves here. One is he stops the epidemic from happening and he stops the time traveler. Probably the time traveler brought a disease, if anybody. Uh, but so he stops these bad things from happening. In my other mind, he's the cause of the bad things from happening, and then it becomes this paradox that can't be broken. If there's any other spins on it or reveals, I would appreciate that because but seeing the way the puzzles are laid out, seeing how each act is really just about getting three scenes from one point to another, uh, I suspect that won't happen. There is something interesting in how they're doing this point and click adventure with limiting you to 3 or 5 scenes with the back in time ability, which then gives you potentially 10 scenes, compared to like Sam and Max season 3, where you could have walked around in different events having triggered and in different places. I would suspect in some of the Sam and Max levels, you could go anywhere from 20 to 30 scenes with 5 or 6 different events triggered. So a lot more opportunity to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Here it doesn't feel like you could do that. And maybe that's the right way to do point and click adventure games. It certainly would be a nice introductory way to introduce this style of gameplay instead of doing assuming that people have played point and click adventure games and they know all the tricks and all the scams and all the silliness that usually is required. We haven't seen any real silliness here. Every item that's been picked up has been used in a pretty logical way. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.